Hey everybody, I just wanted to give you an introduction to what we're going to do in this video. This video today, I visited one of my friends who's new to ecological dynamics, more specifically to CLA. So I visited his gym, he gave me permission to give him feedback on the videos and on the games. And so I want to first off start with a disclaimer that it's very hard to do this style of coaching and it's not easy in the beginning. So this video is not to put him down, it's more the opposite, to encourage and give feedback, and hopefully a lot of you guys out there can take away something from this learning experience on how to design games and what we do to design our practice. So just props to Keith over at Sheridan BJJ, and that's what this video is basically based around.
All right guys, so we've been dealing with this side control issue. Put your head that way. All right, so my objective, side control, get chest to chest, right? And control his head and his arm. So I need some version of getting under his armpit, either this way or this way, something.
In this portion of the video, Keith highlights potential challenges in completing the tasks, as well as common mistakes and correct actions for the bottom player. However, it's important to remember that true learning comes from engaging with the live environment, where efficiency, correctiveness, safety, and effectiveness are discovered through experience, not instruction.
The first thing we're going to do today is try to get our partner flat on their back, right? He's going to be on his side, I'm past his legs, right? And then now it's an issue of getting him somehow on his back, right? Now, I can first attack head and arm.
In this segment, Keith offers a few defensive options and potential movement solutions for the bottom player, while subtly introducing an additional objective for the top player. Again, it's important to remember that these movement solutions are best understood through direct engagement, not explanation.
Just either get his knees inside or get to turtle. He can roll towards me, roll away from me. My objective is to get him on his back, both shoulders. If I can get him on his back, chest to chest, I win. If he gives me access to his arms, like he starts turtling, if I am able to connect my hands when he turtles, I win. Right? I have to lock my hands around either under both arms or around a head and an arm to win as he goes to turtle, right? If he gets his knees, if he gets his leg around one of my legs, he wins. If he gets his legs around both of my legs, he wins. So he's got a couple ways to win. Half guard, guard, turtle, without hooks, right? Without underhooks, without head control. Okay? And then my job is basically just to flatten him out and pin him, right? Or get hands locked around his body. Cool? All right, let's start there. One clap, 1, 2, 3.
So it sounds like the skill that Keith was trying to convey with his practice was pinning our partner, staying on the elbows, and staying on top. I think his objectives in the beginning were kind of all over the place, which tends to happen. So I want to give you guys some key points to take away. Number one is understanding that the words that we say is not the valuable information. It's a really hard mindset to come from the traditional way of learning, but the things we say isn't the information that our students are going to pick up on. It's the environment, it's the live training, it's the stuff out there that teaches them what needs to be done. The tasks we give them and the way we focus their attention, and like Greg always says, their intention, is really important to recognize. That is how they learn, and not by us telling them how to do anything, contrary to popular belief. Let's remember that the language that we use matters. The reason I define every position is to change the way we think about training. If I just say back, we have an idea of what that means, but when I say chest to back, they know exactly what it means. They don't think about where it needs to go or how it's supposed to look. So keep in mind, we are making athletes that are good at grappling, not athletes that all look the same. So let's start with some key formats that I like to talk about for designing our practice. Number one is, what is the skill that we're trying to develop? In this specific case, I think he's trying to keep his partner down and stay under the elbows. The second thing that's really important is, what is the starting position? Where are we starting the game? A lot of times we give tasks for both players, but no clear starting point, and now our students are left kind of in no man's land. Lastly, you would think this is something we all think about, but it can become hard, especially when you're in front of everybody. What's the top player's job and what's the bottom player's job? Can either player win? And if they can, what do you want them to do when they win? All right, so I'm gonna go over some examples of the games that maybe we can do. Maybe I would have said differently and positioned differently So you can be effective with your time, effective with your language, and effective with the intention and attention of your students. For game one, I'm gonna start past my partner's legs on the side of my partner with a chest to chest and one underhook. What an underhook means is I have my arm under my partner's elbows and under their armpit, connecting my chest to their chest. My job is to stay on top and keep them down, and I win by either connecting my hands around their head and arm or by getting double underhooks while staying on top and keeping them down. Vanessa, the bottom player, wins by getting their legs back in between us. That can be an open guard where their legs are open. That can be by grabbing my leg with theirs, or half guard by wrapping me completely in between their legs, which is closed guard. Or they can also win by standing. If Nessa's able to stand, I wasn't able to keep the task of staying on top and keeping them down. Every time somebody wins or loses, we flip-flop top and bottom. So again, I start with an underhook. I win by connecting my hands. We're getting a double underhook. Pinned. She wins by getting her legs back in between us, standing, or becoming the top player. I personally prefer using a timer to track how long it takes me to effectively convey the game. This one took just over a minute. Every time somebody wins, you flip-flop top and bottom. This, in my opinion, is a more advanced game. A beginner game would be starting with a pin and understanding how to develop that. Anytime we want to develop skill, we will make it a continuous game, meaning no way to win. If the skill is kind of already understood, then you can give ways to win. So here's what I mean. Game two, I'm going to start with double underhooks on the side of my partner past their legs with a chest to chest. Again, underhooks are where my arms are under their armpits, and we're here. My job is to stay on top, keep our partner down, and not let them get their legs back between us or their elbows back to their body. Vanessa wins the same way as before. If she captures one leg, captures me between her legs, completely disengages. If she stands, or we're going to add one more way to win, if she's able to get one elbow back in between her and I and back to her body. So meaning I lose an underhook. If she gets her elbow connected to her ribs, she wins. There's no way for the top player to win. Every time the bottom player wins in either of those conditions, you flip-flop top and bottom. This isn't going to be a shit on you video at all. So it's mostly going to be like a questions.
Yeah.
This is like how I do it with all the people that I do, like one-on-ones, coach connections, or seminars, and this is how I do it. And then I'll give you like my general things that I think help whenever you're structuring a practice.
Yeah.
What was the skill you were trying to convey today?
Basically, what I've been focusing on with side control is like the basics of pinning.
Yeah.
Right? Where like so much of the agreement between practitioners is that I'm just going to give them the side control and then fight out of locked hands, build frames, and then get my escapes going from there.
Right.
So I've been starting to take it a step further. It's like, don't even concede the back position.
Right.
Try to stay one shoulder on the mat and one shoulder off the mat, and then work from that position. And then you'll find that escapes and transitions become that much more.
So I'm going to challenge you, because there you gave me like some movements.
Yeah.
But what's the skill that you're trying to convey?
Oh,
that's a good question.
Getting out from the bottom.
Beautiful.
And pinning from the top.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good thing. What I was going to start with, the first thing I would do with all my classes is set the expectation.
Yeah.
A lot of people, the question, if they're asking why we're doing it, that's on us, right?
Yeah.
We go, wait, what? I guess I didn't convey what the purpose of this was.
Sure.
We're just playing a game.
Yeah.
So I always start with the expectation, what skill are we working on today?
Mm-hmm.
And most of them, for pinning, there's two things I always say are most important. Stay on top, keep them down.
Yes.
I say that in every game.
Yeah.
So like if it's a pinning game, all right, my job is to stay on top, keep them down, and then blah, blah, blah. So you worked for about 40 minutes. That was like the first part. And you spoke for about 16 or 17 of those minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
So think about that, right? Like that's almost half of your class was talking. Something I say to all my instructors is that verbal interaction is non-lasting. I truly believe that.
Yep.
You can tell everybody how to do it step by step. It's fucking in one ear, out the other.
Sure.
So think about that when you're doing it. Can you convey what needs to be said quicker? Right now you can tell the transition. You're like, I'm trying to show a technique, but I don't want the technique to be conveyed. I want to show the game, and I want them to learn this technique. And then you kind of find yourself talking a lot. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, wait, what's the tasks? And so a lot of times we'll get back to the game and they'll be like, wait, how do I win? For me, it's like, that's the priority. And then I could talk if I wanted to. Yeah. So I'd be like, top player's job is do this. Yeah. Bottom player's job is do this. Top player wins, bottom player wins.
Right.
And then be like, the point of this, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like make it super simple. Like convey those tasks super clearly. What is the skill being learned? What's the starting position? How does top player win? How does bottom player win? Can they win? Maybe I could use you. I was gonna use myself, but y'all are way too sweaty.
Yeah.
So you could go in that position real fast.
Right.
And you did a 1 minute blast because you felt like, oh shit, they're not really getting it.
Right.
And so you're like, keep their hip down.
Yeah.
Like just put your weight on their hip.
Yeah.
So my whole argument is my guys are retarded, dude. Like if you tell them put your weight on the hip, like dudes will sit, they'll use their chest, they'll use the fucking back. So like I would say, what needs to be done to keep their hip down?
Right.
We teach them what, where, when, and why, but never how, right?
Right.
So what needs to be done?
Right.
What needs to be done?
Got to keep my chest on his butt.
Does it have to be the chest?
No, it can be lower down. It can be a shoulder.
So that's a good thing
Yeah,
to kind
okay.
of think of. Like, what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Do I need to have my hands connected? Do I need to have my legs somewhere? Do I need to have my weight there? And it kind of challenges yourself to think, what needs to be done to do that? Right. Hopefully you guys understand how we try to format and frame our games. And I use that so that I can make sure I give a clear objective for all of my training partners and for all of my athletes. If you have any questions or want to see anything more like this, I have it on my Patreon. I try to post as much as I can on YouTube, but our Patreon has no secrets. We record full classes, full games. We put it all out there. You have direct access to me. So if you guys are interested or like anything, please subscribe. And I appreciate you guys watching the video. Thanks, Nessie.